Here's more wrestling news for October 15th, 2025. Your headlines for this afternoon include Locker Room Unrest, wrestlers and staff reportedly unhappy with WWE's harsh treatment. Where is Austin Theory? What happened to Vince McMahon's protege? WWE planning major change, 24-year-old tradition finally broken. Music shakeup coming, Def Rebel's contract nears end as stars demand change. TNA news, real reason behind company's short-term contract strategy revealed. Former world champion nears WWE return, major AAA involvement on the horizon. Tragic update, wrestling team involved in serious car crash, hospitalized. Fan spends insane amount on broken table from Roman Reigns match, and more. Ridge Holland's time with WWE has come to an abrupt end, and the timing could hardly be worse. The 35-year-old is currently recovering from a broken foot suffered during a match against Moose at a TNA taping in late September. Holland underwent surgery shortly after the injury and is expected to be sidelined for at least 7 months. However, instead of waiting for his recovery, WWE informed Holland that his contract, set to expire in November, will not be renewed. While WWE has agreed to cover his medical rehabilitation, that decision comes only because the injury occurred during a TNA taping that was part of a WWE-approved booking. Once his current deal ends, Holland will no longer receive a paycheck. According to Fightful Select, WWE's decision to cover his rehab wasn't an act of goodwill, it was likely a matter of legal obligation. The outlet reported that failing to do so would have opened the company up to a lawsuit. Financially, the situation looks difficult for Holland. He had been working under what sources described as an NXT money deal after his main roster contract expired in November 2024. He re-signed for one additional year at a rate roughly $200,000 less than his previous agreement. That extension expires this month, and WWE has not offered any pay continuation beyond that, despite Holland being unable to work. Adding to the frustration, Fightful confirmed that Holland did not receive any extra compensation for appearing at the TNA taping where the injury occurred. Inside WWE, the situation reportedly hasn't gone unnoticed. Talent were said to be universally disappointed by how it was handled. What makes the move even more surprising is that WWE has often chosen to freeze contracts for wrestlers recovering from injuries. Yet in this case, the company opted to let Holland's deal expire, a move reminiscent of WWE's recent release of Kylie Ray, who was let go while pregnant. Brian Alvarez commented on the matter, noting that many within WWE view the company's new direction under TKO as more profit-focused and less personal. The new ownership, they're cold, they're out for profits, no loyalty. Same thing happened with UFC when Endeavor took over. People who helped build the company for years, dumped. At the end of the day, Holland's situation underscores a difficult reality. After years of commitment to WWE, he now finds himself injured, unemployed, and without income, left to focus on recovery while the company continues its shift toward a business-first approach. His story serves as another reminder of the growing divide between WWE's corporate priorities and the real-life toll faced by wrestlers who put their bodies on the line. What are your thoughts on how WWE handled Ridge Holland's release? Should the company have extended his deal until he recovered, or was this simply a business decision under TKO's new management? Let us know in the comments below. Enjoying the video? A quick like goes a long way in helping us grow and deliver more wrestling news you care about. There's a new update on Austin Theory, whose current WWE status appears uncertain heading into Survivor Series. According to Sean Ross Sapp of Fightful Select, internal sources confirmed that Theory was initially considered for the men's War Games match, but with Seth Rollins' recent injury, his position in those plans is now in limbo. Sapp clarified that Theory himself had been dealing with an injury since July, though the exact nature of it remains unknown. The report added that he has been recovering well and is cleared to return, though WWE has not yet confirmed when that return will take place. Before Rollins' injury, WWE's internal plans for Survivor Series War Games reportedly included 2 major tag team matches. For the men's War Games match, the direction at that time was for CM Punk to team with Roman Reigns, Jacob Fatu, and Jey Uso, with a 5th partner still to be determined. Jimmy Uso and LA Knight were said to be under consideration for that final spot. They were expected to face the Vision, consisting of Seth Rollins, Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed, Brock Lesnar, and Austin Theory. Theory's absence since July has allowed WWE to shift much of its focus toward Grayson Waller. The two were previously paired on television, but their on-screen alliance was quietly dropped. Adding to the speculation, Theory has not wrestled a televised match on Raw in several months and has only appeared in 5 main roster matches across Raw and SmackDown in 2025. His recent absence, coupled with reports of his temporary removal from the WWE roster page, even led to online rumors suggesting a quiet release. However, those claims are purely rumors and not based on fact. Despite Rollins' injury opening up potential creative adjustments, there has been no official update on Theory's role in Survivor Series War Games or whether he'll return in time to be part of the event. With WWE's booking board likely being restructured following Rollins' injury, it remains to be seen where Theory fits into the picture, if at all. Do you think WWE should reintroduce Austin Theory at Survivor Series to fill the gap left by Rollins, or has his momentum cooled too much for a major return? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. WWE could be heading toward one of its most unexpected shifts in years, a year without a single Hell in a Cell match. For more than 2 decades, the brutal structure has been a staple of WWE's storytelling calendar, defining some of the company's most iconic rivalries. But as 2025 draws closer to its end, it seems increasingly likely that the 24-year streak will be broken. With Survivor Series already locked in to feature War Games and Saturday night's main event to spotlight John Cena's retirement, there simply doesn't appear to be a feud intense enough to justify the cell this year. While some fans may see that as disappointing, it's actually a smart creative move. Triple H is clearly focused on letting the stipulation serve the story rather than forcing it into the schedule for tradition's sake. Another significant change could be coming behind the scenes, one that fans and wrestlers alike have been waiting for. According to Bodyslam.net, Def Rebel, WWE's in-house music production team responsible for most of the modern entrance themes, is reportedly on its final contract with the company. While no expiration date has been confirmed, the deal is expected to be their last, following mounting frustration from talent who feel their entrance themes lack identity and emotional connection. Fans have also voiced similar complaints, noting that many recent themes sound generic and fail to immediately signal who's coming to the ring. In response, WWE is reportedly looking to collaborate with outside artists, something the company has already tested with names like Mega Ran and Adam Jones of Tool. The goal is to bring back the individuality and impact that defined the entrance music of earlier eras. The change is already starting to show. On the October 10th episode of SmackDown, Shinsuke Nakamura's original theme made its return, much to the crowd's delight. Other stars, including Sheamus, have also requested to go back to their older, more recognizable tracks. With both fans and wrestlers speaking up, it appears WWE is finally ready to listen, rethinking how entrance music is crafted, and more importantly, who's responsible for creating the sound that defines each superstar's identity. Question for you: which superstar theme would you like to see return to its classic version, and do you think WWE can bring back the magic of its legendary entrance music era? TNA Wrestling is entering a pivotal phase, not just because of the number of expiring contracts, but because of a deliberate strategy that's now coming into full focus. According to Sean Ross Sapp during a recent Fightful Select Answers Q&A, TNA management has been strategically shifting toward shorter-term agreements over the past year, and it's not by accident. Sources within TNA revealed that the move is designed to offer them more freedom and flexibility given the constantly changing wrestling market. TNA is reportedly satisfied with how the strategy is working, with officials claiming shorter contracts give the promotion the ability to adjust quickly. Whether it's reacting to a talent becoming available or responding to fan interest, TNA is able to respond. One source explained that the setup has allowed the company to quickly adapt to changes in talent availability, creative direction, and fan engagement. And now, that decision is about to be put to the test. Currently, more than a dozen TNA contracts are set to expire over the next 3 months, with several top names already in negotiations, and it's unclear who is planning to re-sign or who will walk away. The most notable names on the list: the Hardy Boys, Matt and Jeff, who just picked up a win over Team 3D at Bound for Glory 2025. Their current deals will expire in November, but TNA president Carlos Silva has teased that he looks forward to many years of positive vibes together with them. As well as that, current Knockouts Tag Team Champions, the Inspirations contracts are expiring shortly after Bound for Glory, and no new deal has been confirmed despite their good standing with management. The clock is ticking with many of these shorter-term deals, though, and the door remains open for some major roster changes before the turn of the year. In WWE news, the roster might be about to be bolstered by the return of a Hall of Fame talent, as Rey Mysterio is inching closer toward a return. According to PW Insider Elite, Mysterio is expected to be at the Performance Center in Orlando this week as part of his recovery process after suffering a torn groin back in April. His return could be well-timed too, as WrestleVotes Radio reported that WWE wants him in a major role for AAA-branded programming moving forward, and there have been discussions of another AAA streaming event before the end of the year. This is potentially happening during Survivor Series weekend in San Diego, which is Mysterio's hometown, and could lead to a major return if things line up accordingly. Speaking of injuries, unfortunately, independent tag team stars The Premier were involved in a terrifying car accident that left both members hospitalized. Campbell Myers revealed on Twitter that he and Bishop were traveling to a show in Indiana when another driver entered their lane and struck them head-on. Myers confirmed that Bishop suffered multiple injuries, while he underwent a lengthy surgery to fix a broken arm and have plates and screws put into his pelvis. Myers admitted that they were both fortunate to survive, crediting the doctors, nurses, and loved ones for their support as he vowed that they'd work tirelessly toward a full recovery. He also encouraged fans to support the Premier by buying merchandise and supporting the promotions that they wrestle for. We are ending today with a story about the WWE Universe and how much they care about the product. Fans are always looking for unique merchandise to add to their collection, and one fan was able to get a piece of wrestling history by purchasing half of the table that Jey Uso speared Roman Reigns through at Crown Jewel. However, it cost the fan an eye-watering $2,500 for the memorabilia, showcasing just how badly they wanted it. Given how rare it is for a broken table from a WWE match to be available for purchase, this will likely be a valuable piece of fan collection for years to come, which could make it a smart investment. For all of our subscribers, don't miss the 9 a.m. Eastern video we dropped earlier today.